Hello everyone and welcome to Gameplay Ark. Today's video is going to be about the primitive and industrial structures of Ark Survival Evolved. And the process to upgrade from primitive to industrial. So I have to the left a primitive and industrial base, and to the right is the tech base that we're going to be doing another video soon on it. And then I'm going to show you how to manage a whole PvE base, So we start with storage boxes, which in early game is really important to put all your stuff inside. So the first type of storage boxes are these small ones that hold 30 stacks. So these are 3 small boxes stacked beside each other. Each one holds 30 stacks. The big boxes hold 90 stacks. So each stack might hold like 100 items in it. And some hold less. The preserving bin here is your early game refrigerator. So it makes you cooked meat jerky and cooked prime meat jerky. When you put oil and a spark powder inside, it also acts as a refrigerator. And cooked meat or cooked prime meat, and it will make you this jerky over time. As you can see, the cooked meat here spoils after 2 hours and 49 minutes, but in my inventory it spoils after 16 minutes and 52 seconds. So it makes a really big difference to keep your perishable items inside the preserving bin with oil and spark powder early game. There are these travel beds where you can fast travel from one location to another bed, but you have to drop your items. And whenever you die, you respawn in your base on these beds. So they're really important because you're gonna die early game in Ark, so it's normal. This is the cooking pot. You put water and thatch or wood inside, and then craft whatever you need, like these soups. Each one has its own recipe, and kibbles for taming, which is really important, medical brews and stimulant brews. So all these, each one has its own recipe. You just put the recipe, put water, and put wood or thatch, light the fire, and it will make you the item that you want to make. So as you can see, each item has its own recipe. You have to look it up. The mortar and paste, this one is really important early game because you make spark powder and gunpowder inside it, which are needed for the preserving bin. Spark powder and gunpowder is needed for ammo for shotguns and other types of stuff, other types of ammo. Clay, you don't need it too much. Propellant, you need it for fire arrows. The most important thing is the narcotics. This one is made out of narco berries and spoiled meat. You need to make a lot of these early game so you can make narcotic arrows to tame. Stimulant is not that important. Bug repellent, you can make it to if you want to go into caves, but you're not going to need it early game. It just repels insects away from you and helps you navigate the cave easier. The antidote is if you get bit by a bat or get swamp fever or any sickness in Ark, you take the antidote and it will heal you. So it's technically a medicine, The refining forge is also very important early game to cook raw metal. So to make metal ingots go into everything in Ark almost. A lot of structures and things need metal ingots. So you have to put wood or thatch to light it up, and then put raw metal, and it will make you metal ingots. For making gasoline, you'll need hide and oil to make gasoline to power up electric generator, condensed gas for gas balls, scrap metal for scrap metal ingots. Each one a scrap metal ingot is equal to 2 raw metal, against it. So And this is the most important structure in early Ark game, which is the smithy. So you need to make it as quick as possible to make the metal pick and metal axe to harvest better. And many other structures that you unlock in your engrams will be available in the smithy here to make. The most important structure is the fabricator. This fabricator takes you from the primitive stage of Ark to the industrial stage of Ark. This is how it looks like. This is the fabricator here. So in this fabricator, it makes you a lot of things that will make your life easy, like the electric generator that needs gasoline to run and powers up structures, vertical wire and outlet for the generator to power up nearby structures, a industrial cooker, cooks you meat, a bunk bed which travels and spawns many times, refrigerator, air conditioning unit. We're going to be talking about these in a bit. Vault which holds 500 items, industrial forge which is really important to get metal ingots faster, to make structures and upgrade faster. Chemistry bench is also important. Industrial cooker, egg incubator. The egg incubator, you might need it later, but you know, air conditioning units will be good until you make it. This is the chemistry bench. As you can see, it's an upgrade version of the mortar and paste. It makes things really efficient. So it makes 2 of the item instead of 1 in the mortar and paste. Spark powder, cementing paste, gunpowder, and it requires electricity and gasoline to run. So you have to put gasoline inside and hook it up to electricity to run it. This is the electric generator here that you need gasoline inside, and then you power it on, put a vertical wire and an outlet, and it will run the items beside it up to 2.5 foundations. And as we said, the gasoline is made here through hide and oil. This is the industrial forge, which will upgrade your structures really fast. It makes the same thing as the refining forge, the same stuff, but it makes it in a much faster way, which allows you to collect metal and upgrade and build new structures faster. So this is the industrial grill. It makes cooked meat. So if you have raw cooked meat, raw meat, raw mutton, raw prime meat, raw fish meat, raw prime fish meat, you just put them inside here and put gasoline inside, turn it on, and it will cook them fast for you instead of the campfire, you know. So I forgot to put the campfire inside the base, but we're going to talk about it later. This is the industrial cooker. It's just like the cooking pot, but it doesn't need water. It has a water intake, and it doesn't need wood or thatch to fire. You just turn it on. As you can see, this one requires wood and water inside, water tanks or canteens. This is the refrigerator where you keep your perishable items. So as you can see, 7 hours and 27 minutes until spoil time for this raw meat. In my inventory, it's only 4 minutes 25 seconds. So you keep your perishable items there. And once you have a refrigerator, it's much better than the preserving bin. In the preserving bin, it's 2 hours and 40 minutes until spoil time for this cooked meat. While in the refrigerator, it's 1 day, 2 hours and 40 minutes per 1 cooked meat. So the stack is 100, so it takes a very long time to spoil. And you can add lighting into your base once you have an electric generator, just like this. You can have an incubation area with air conditioning units. If you put 8 air conditioning units like this and drop the eggs in between them, they will hatch and incubate. This is the superstructure station. where you unlock Ingrams, and you will have the smithy and fabricator items inside here. So it substitutes for the smithy and the industrial fabricator. You can make them inside here. So we'll be talking about superstructures later, the mod. There's this beer barrel. You make beer here. It's used mainly in PvP. It decreases the damage to the player and increases their speed to raid bases and avoid turrets when raiding bases. So here you can have a windmill or a wind generator, electrical generator. You just have a vertical wire and an outlet on it, and it will power up nearby structures like refrigerators and air conditioning units. As you can see, the light is green at the bottom, so it's powered up. So it's a substitute for the electric generator. This is a feeding trough. You put raw meat mainly and berries. You can put crops, but I mean it's not advisable to put crops because they're hard to get. Berries are much easier to have, so put berries and raw meat, and your nearby dinos will eat from it automatically. Keep checking on it and add in stuff to it. This is the compost bin. You put thatch and feces, animal feces, and it will make you fertilizer, which is good for crops. You can also put snow owl pellets if you have too many of them, like me. You know, you can put that, but animal feces will do. And this is the campfire that we forgot about. So it makes you meat early game. So you make raw cooked meat to eat early game, and this is really important, using thatch and wood to fire it up. The water pipes, the cross pipe here, can handle 4 water tanks. So this is the stone water tank. It holds 200 water. You can have 4 of them on the cross pipe, water pipe. When it rains, it will fill up, and the metal one holds 500 water. So when it rains, these tanks will fill up and they will irrigate your plants. You can also use an intake if you have a water source nearby. If you connect it with pipes and then put a water tap at the end, like here, it will water your crop plots, nearby crop plots. You need like 1 water tap per 4 or 5. So in the crop plot you put seeds and fertilizer, and it will make you citronal depending on the seed you planted. As you can see, the greenhouse effect is 300% because I have the ceilings as greenhouse ceilings and the rest is stone. So this saves on resources early game, you know. After that you can build whatever you want. I hope you all liked the video. It was an introduction to primitive and industrial structures of Ark, and see you in the next video.